Hello, everyone. Welcome. Look at this. Everyone's here. Everyone's chilling out. This is a bonus stream. Word got round very, very quickly, didn't it? Well, welcome in, everyone. Hope you're well. It is, of course, Tuesday evening. It is Build a Nation Greece, and it is literally Save a Football Club at the minute, because if you were in the stream last night, and many of you were, you will know that we currently, and I've tweeted it out, we currently have a formation that I would describe as, what would I describe it as? I would describe it as a mess, an absolute mess. So we've got no players. We've got literally no players. We need to fix that. We might as well do it tonight. And thankfully, the hype train is on the way. Welcome in to everyone, by the way. Mrs. J, topping off the hype train for Sam. Ansel, Ghost Walker's here. Big Rogie in for 32 months. Zar is here. The Gudger is in as well. Martin's here. Dan FM's here. The Bearded Child. The Arsenal. Cass in with bits. Thank you, Cass. Very kind indeed. Clue with the Prime. Oh, this is going to be fun. Evening Rouge, welcome into you all. Welcome one and all. Let's do it. Who needs players when you have vibes? Exactly. That's exactly what it's like, isn't it, Rogie? We are on track tonight. Let's do this, shall we? Evening always became welcome. So, here is where we are, right? For those people who maybe missed the last couple of streams, we finished second, maybe third, depending upon how you want to classify it, in the Greek second division, which means we missed out on promotion. Fine, not a problem. We were expected to finish fifth. We've done the end of season team meeting with the board, and the board said, next year, we don't want you to get relegated. And I was like, we can do that. We can totally do that. And then we went to see the players, and we had a players meeting, and they went, and I was like, right, we want to talk about next season. And all the players were like, all right, what do you want to say? And we panicked a bit because, well, we didn't really know what to say, because whatever we said was probably going to upset them. So we sort of agreed last night that we would just turn around and say, actually, sorry, my mistake, nothing to really talk about, and turn our back and walk out. And we did that. And they were all happy. They were like, all right, cool, see you, boss, bye. Thanks for the meeting. Makes no sense. But it doesn't need to make sense, because we haven't got any players to keep. So let them go. Let them be confused. Because this is where we are. Right. The notepad last night is now a proper A4 notepad, right? Okay, and it looks like this. Okay. So there's multicolours on it and everything. We've got evening Wilco, by the way, evening Clue. Clue, I have to stop getting attached to players, especially as a second division team. You just can't help it though, can you? That's the problem. I'm like you, Clue. I fall in love too quick on FM. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. I got players that just do things for me, and I'm like, right, well, you're going to have to stay forever, aren't you? And it never quite works out that way. So we've got players written down of the players that are in the squad right now. We've got players that have then got colours next to them, so players like opt, players who've, of course, taken the option to leave, players that we've put in the transfer room. We've got players that we've tried to re-sign. We have actually signed a couple back. We've got a player that we have to go back in for, who might partner Yamanvia in midfield. And then we've got 3 players who actually will play next season. So one of which is 40-year-old Carlos Camini, because he's on a 2-year contract still. He's in the transfer room, by the way, so we are trying to get rid of him. Of course, the plan is to build a nation, as we say. But at the minute, we have to refocus, scale that plan just back a little bit, focus on building a football club. So we've got some players in on trial. Some look pretty good, some maybe not so good. Fabio Cagarella, we were so close to signing. We were so close. We were umming and ahhing. We were battling with his contract, and he wanted a 2-year deal, right? And he was 41, and I was like, right, okay, that's fine. Let's try and get him in. But unfortunately, it didn't happen, and we couldn't get him done. And then he decided he was going to retire. So sadly, Cagarella is not going to be He's not going to be we can maybe get him as an under-19s coach, though. And he doesn't really have much in the way of ability, but, I mean, let's get him in, right? $2,000? $2,000? The board aren't going to let me do that. 375 quid. Right, okay. We tried. Right. Let me run a quick question past you all. Okay, so we've brought a couple of players in, right? Players that are coming in. We have player coach. He's retiring, unfortunately, Bob Champion, so he wouldn't do the player role. So it's literally just the coaching role is what he wants, and he wants player wages for that. So here's what we've got then. So players coming in, okay? We have 3 coming in at the minute, okay? I reckon these trialists just fancied a free holiday to Greece. I think you're probably right, to be honest, Fraser. I think you're probably right. So player number 1 that is definitely coming in is Christoludis Georgiou, a Cypriot defender, can play right back, can play a centre half. Looks pretty handy, decent acceleration, decent tackling. Jumping's not the best, so I might play more as a full back than as a centre half, to be honest. Positioning's fine, concentration's fine. Determination's a little bit low for a 20-year-old. Might be concerning, but everything else is sort of in and around the average enough rating. So, and he's a player, so therefore he comes in. We also have Konstantinos Apostolakis, who is definitely a wing back. So he will probably be the starter. 14 for acceleration, 14 for teamwork, 15 for determination. 15 for work rate, 13s for marking and tackling. Yes, Hood Gaming, how are you, my man? Welcome. If by some chance you're not following Hood Gaming, please make sure you drop the follow on this guy. He knows the world about Football Manager. He's there smashing it left, right and centre here, YouTube, all over the place. PvP tournaments, you name it, he's done it. And it's nice to see you in, bud. How are you? It's been a long time since I've seen you. I hope that you're running well. And like I say, we need to meet up again soon. We need to get a beer down us. How are you finding FM24? I presume you're busy crushing it. I think you were at Real Madrid last I saw. So Apostolakis is probably going to be our first choice right back. When Georgiou, of course, will be the man who's going to be trained behind him. Oh, he's on the Guinness already. Yes, Hood. Yes. I do love a Guinness. I am a big Guinness fan. And then Jan Via is our big signing in the middle. So he's going to be bossing the midfield. 33 years young. I mean, what can we say? I think we've paid about 600 quid a week for him, which isn't massively expensive. Is it? No, maybe we paid more than that. $2,000, yeah, in wages. So he's a top earner. Gumas has decided to stay at PAOK Salonika, so we missed out on him. Lurk, am I right on the script? You're more than welcome, mate. You're more than welcome. You just chill. You do your thing. We're trying to sign this guy as well, Christos Kounteritos, who is an inside forward. He scored 11 goals last season, got 10 assists, 7.21 overall rating, and still getting himself involved in everything. Look at that form from Heracles. So they're in the same division as we are. So that shows that he's consistent and is playing pretty well. Mostly played out on the right, which is Ottoman's side. But if we have to switch it around, we have to switch it around. But yeah, up front, look at that. Statistics, he's performing well above average for everything. High distance covered, high number of sprints. Get him going. Unleash him. So at the minute, tactically, we look like this. If we just remove everyone who's not 100% convinced that they're staying. Wish we picked up some Guinness earlier. Went for the red stripe and white claw. Are you on the claws, are you? Nice. I'll be honest, I'm on a dashing thing. This is a 4-4-2, Rogie. This is a 4-4-2, right? This is what served us well. Okay, think about it logically. Think Manchester United, Alex Ferguson era. Think Sunderland, Peter Reid era. That's what it is. It's a 4-4-2. It's not as ridiculous as it looks. We know that. Right? So the tactic with currently players we've got in is Jan and Via. Other players that we need to try and sign. So, before we do that, let me question something, right? It says here that we have a wage budget of 23 grand. We're currently spending 24.3. Okay, scouting budget's going up and up and up, which of course we need to try and stop as well. Am I right in thinking that because we've got players who are still in contract until the end of next month, if we release them, then we get all that money back essentially, don't we? Is that right? Because of course we've committed some of the spending to players that are going to come in, and we've agreed. So let's take a little nose in at players that we know. Like, we want Papa G to have another go, but he's retiring, so he's not going to be a guy. So, maybe we try and get him in on a staff contract, possibly. But he's not very good. Socrates, we want to keep, but he's not entirely convinced. No, doesn't want to do it. Pedroso, our star Argentinian. Ooh, he might talk, but I've got a feeling we don't have enough money for it right now. That's what I'm wondering. We have. What's he currently on? He's on 1.7. Can we get him down to 2, do you reckon? Yeah, we can. Okay, cool, right. Pedroso might be in then. We might be able to keep Pedroso. Can we keep Zarate? He's not fussed. You love Saz scatter plots so much. We're going to start looking through those in a minute, to be honest. Stamu, I think we release. We can release him. If anyone else wants him via the transfer room. Yes, that is the old Hamilton Accies lad. Super Mario has been brilliant for us as well. 17 goals in 18 games. And he's been amazing. Like, we're trying to re-sign him because he's been top draw. He might sign. He might re-sign. Evening Black Dragon, welcome in, pal. Good to see you again. Hope you're well. Greetings indeed from Greece. Super Mario might stay. 600 quid. He wants 1.6. Will he take 1,000? I feel like we're offering him a lot of money now. We could double your wages here, pal. It's just right. Okay, fine, whatever. We're gonna have to take it. Well, I mean, he did the business last year, so we sort of have to go with it, right? I think I'm doing worse now. I think maybe the issue is now going to be trying to balance the books. Evening, Sigurd, welcome in, buddy. So Plegas we'd rather have than Stamu. Mavrias was okay. Maidanos is our left back at the minute. Maximenko, we need to get rid of him, don't we? Because he's not particularly brilliant, is he? So we'll get rid of Maximenko. Steve the Scout, welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. Yankaridis, get rid of him as well. I think we might end up just dumping some players off, to be honest. Set for release, because he's not even that good to anybody in the division, really. Watara as well, put him into the transfer room, try and move him out. So yeah, so we need to try and recoup some money back from players, but it's going to be interesting to see what we can do. If we can keep Pedroso and we can keep Super Mario, that means we've got some strikers. Excellent. So hang on, how are we? Why does it say there's £7,000 required for a transfer budget? Surely we haven't been paying for these players, right? Or is this the actual overall fee? So like the wages, let's just adjust it anyway, because these players are supposed to be free. Signing on fees, possibly, yeah. Maybe, yeah, that's a good shout. So right, so he's in. So he gets. Oh, he's already got a green tick. That's cool. Okay, but I now have to go back and green tick. Oops, sorry, I've just clipped the microphone there, so you might have heard a bit of a boom. Right, so we can green tick Pedroso and maybe Super Mario as well now. I'm going to red cross out Roussis because he's gone. We've got rid of him. Yeah, the one thing I've not got coloured pens. I've got coloured pens and everything to go through all this. So that. Also, as well, I should say, dessert this evening is a cake made by Mrs. J. So the youngest child's birthday cake is now being is ready to be eaten. So enjoy, everyone. Congrats on the cake. The cake is amazing. Yorgios and Tavitos just lost a promotion on Battle via League 2. Then due to bad finances, we're now in the semi-pro. The struggle is real. That sounds painful. That sounds like RDF levels, bearded child. So this guy currently 18th for player of the matches, 33rd for assists. So up there or thereabouts. Paris Babis, 5'8". I mean, and Villa picks the ball up to him. 11th for passes completed, 38th for average rating. Maybe we take a little look at him, actually. RDF would have started a new save. Blue Star 85, welcome in. He did start a new save, actually. That's the irony of it all. Maybe that might be in tomorrow's podcast, actually. That might be in tomorrow's podcast, which I'm sure you're all more than aware of now that we do the FM show. If you're not aware of it, then, oh my word, have I got a surprise for you. I do a podcast, and it's myself and RDF Tactics and producer Steve, and it's very good if we do say so ourselves. And you might want to subscribe to it, follow it. I'm not saying it'll, improve your life or anything, but it probably will. It probably will. I can't say that legally. I've got no proof. But, what's the maximum wage I can give players? I mean, add another. At the minute, not a great deal. Not a great deal, to be honest. I think our maximum wage so far, Black Dragon, our top earner is on £2,100. So it's not huge. That's what she said. Tony Jameson doing a podcast. What next? Pigs will fly. I know. So much craziness. Super Mario is in. Gastinho, welcome in, sir or madam. Hope you're well. Soccer with Brian's here. Yes, he's right, love the pod. You should all follow. He's right. He is absolutely right. Soccer with Brian speaks only in truths. Just heard a man shout the Jurassic theme park song. Da, 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 da. Oh, if we end up with Jurassic at some point in this save, that'll be awesome. Offers made for Maximenko. I know we want to try and keep players in the division, but sometimes we have to just let them go. So Stamu will set for release. Probably only loan some good players from Super League 1. That's my next plan. Once it pulls through and we get into the sort of the meat and bones of it, really, then yeah, we're going to start looking for some League 1 players. Obviously, I know I'm preaching the convert here, but I know we're trying to build the nation, but at the minute, that's probably not going to take full flight until about 2 or 3 years into the save. I know something like second yellow card, maybe would already be second the other car. We're looking to fill up the lawn farm already, but I don't think we've got enough money to do that. I don't think we've got enough money to do that. So I think for now we have to build ourselves a team for next year. Have we got players in the youth system? First, you have to increase olive exports, then rebuild port infrastructure, then the Champions League. Exactly as use. I mean, I'm doing this properly. I'm building a nation with infrastructure. I should really be doing this on City Skylines. I mean, I should make the actual nation and cross-reference it with how I think we could develop everything. Because Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither was all of Greece. Yeah. And it's worth noting as well that the league changes, of course, this season. So we are under a slightly different schedule. He looks quite handy, actually. Dar Ellis. Why did all my players left? Because of me. Because of me. I went and signed kids released by Barcelona and Madrid. Massive gamble, but they could be good, right? Maybe you could see who the big clubs in Greece release. Yes, exactly. Absolutely. Fabregas, welcome in. Nice to see you as well. That's sort of going to be the plan, to be honest. Going and grabbing as many players as we can who can then come in on free transfers. And given the fact that we can get ourselves in, given the fact that we can access English players as well, I think if we try and grab anyone who's released from there, then that could also help. The thing as well is we're trying to keep it relatively realistic. So what I mean by that is I'm not going to be looking to do at this point 45 signings a season. Like, it might be something that will be to our detriment, but I think we have to kind of look at it a little bit. Gekas could be half decent, mind. 13 for finishing, 14 for acceleration. Off the ball's good, determination's good. 28, penalty taken of 15. Regular starter. Likes big matches. When we look at do 45 signings a season, to only start with 5 players, you've got no choice. I mean, look, yeah, apart from the reality of it, Rogie, if I say out loud that that's not my plan, then of course when it happens, I'm like, see, but I wasn't intending to do that. Leroy Abanda. He was pretty good. Krista Georgios. Doesn't feel comfortable in big matches, but is still better than our goalkeepers, obviously. 45 signings of the first season, first 5 seasons, then tempered down to 30. Yeah, fair. Just sign all the other 40s and all the Greeks below 21. That's not a bad strategy, Zetha. That's not a bad strategy. Because then we can get all of the good youngsters to learn from the legends. Obviously, we're only allowed to bring in 8 loans as well. Bazookas looks half decent, although he's not got much jumping reach. Corners, crossing, first touch, long shots, passing, teamwork. I mean, 425 quid on a loan. That could be handy. Bortagaray. Uruguayan. Has he got Greek nationality? Nope, he doesn't. So let's shortlist him for now. But remember, we do, of course, we are going to try and sign Greek players predominantly. And then, obviously, we're allowed to have 8 foreign players. So we'll see what we can bring in, shall we? Even 33, welcome in. Football Social has just claimed a victim. I've ordered myself a 2008 Galatasaray shirt. A bit of a personal collection, but it started the hunting. Yes. Appreciate that. Love it. Love it so much. 33, thank you. I'm glad you listened. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So thank you very much for that. It's it was fun to make, wasn't it? It was fun to make and it was fun to put together. So yeah, if you're on board with it, perfect. It's not great for your bank balance, I must admit, the old Football Shirt Social, but it's fun, right? Shirt Social and a pod a pod made me order a surprise shirt. Sorry if I'm costing you all money at the minute, right? Okay, we are trying our best. We obviously only will do stuff that we genuinely like, but I will show you. I mean, there is of course now a ticker going round. You'll see it occasionally for a VPN and antivirus software. Again, like you know me, I'd rather not have adverts on the channel, but sometimes needs must, right? So there will be at some point an advert for Total AV pop up. So if you want to get a VPN, it's about 20 quid I think for the year, which is much cheaper than the 90 quid I think it normally retails for. So have a little nosy at that. That is the link for the Football Shirt Social if you haven't already seen it. So go and have a little nosy at that. Let us know what you think. Hopefully you enjoy it. There is I ended up watching, while I was putting the kids to bed, I ended up watching the non-league shop. Sai sent me a link where they're auctioning things off on Whatnot. And I'd not seen that before. And oh my, that's fun. That's fun watching them just auction off football shirts. I'm just like, ooh, okay, loads of cheap. Well, like things went for cheap as well, So I was like, all right, okay, here we go. Let's see what happens there. I'm not watching it. I need to get around to it tomorrow. I do love a random shirt. Don't we all? More right, the way the ball bounces around the back of the goal is most entertaining, isn't it? Isn't the ball mechanics lovely to watch? It is really, really nice. Sokima could be a terrific signing, apparently. I mean, to be fair, compared to any of our goalkeepers at the minute, any goalkeeper would be a terrific signing. Dragovic, look at that. Scouts all over him. Attacking midfielder, Serbian and Bosnia-Herzegovinian. Evening Ultra Wipes, welcome in. Nice to see you. Balanced, mobile, £2,600 wages. That's a lot, I'm afraid. Not saying that we won't be going in for him, but it is a lot. Dezo Jagoev. Samuel Longo. 32. Xanaridis. There we go. Look at this. An anchor. A Greek anchor man. Put him there. Let Jan and Via do all the work. Enjoys big matches. Susceptible with injuries. How long has he been out for? I mean, wouldn't necessarily say that makes him susceptible. £4,000 a week wages. Yikes. That's quite a lot. That is a lot. Yeah, don't just be shouting out names. I'm not going to be able to get to. I'm not going to be able to get to them all, because obviously it's going to. I mean, to be fair, I play this game slow enough as it is. There is a channel points thing if you want to be putting people in, but no skill moves in with the follow. Appreciate that, very kind indeed. Enjoys big matches. 21st for clearances. Has made his concerns public. Oh, excellent. What's his concerns? I think we looked at this guy and went, right, he's the one in it. But I don't think he wanted to come to us. Oh, he will now. Right, I'll tell you what, actually, you've asked nicely. Pana Shaiki? That's the team. I don't know what that means. What, just what, as in, like, look at the entire team? No, I'm not looking at the entire team. Zenitidis looks fairly handy. Oh, as a player. All right, okay. Where's he play? Mazuras. Ian Pokes, how are we, sir? Welcome in. Lovely to see you. Hope you're well. Big shout, of course, to my man Pokes. You need to be following this guy. You need to be following this guy. If you like fun, and I presume that most of you do, then Pokes is the man, right? If you want to learn stuff about Football Manager, Pokes is your man. He knows people who can tell him. How is Grace built yet? Oh, mate, built it, knocked it back down again. Got bored. Yeah. Loved it. So easy, so easy, so easy. Yeah, no, thank you, Rogie. Thank you. Yeah, I found that. I managed to grab him up on it was another guy that we were looking at. There's Mazuras. That guy there. So we haven't got anything, so we're gonna have to get the scouts on him and find out what's happening. Rome wasn't built in a day, but Greece was. Yeah, completed it, mate. Completed it. I've turned into the one that does that. Oh yeah, sorted. Don't know what everyone's complaining about. You know what I mean? How about yourself? How's life in your world? Whereabouts are we at this year then, Pokes? Where's your where are you at? Excuse me. Right, where do I need to get rid of my reports? Keep scout reports up to date. See, I've not got that ticked on. Manias 34. Haven't started yet. Going to be heading to Germany. Ooh, nice. That's what we're going to do. Whereabouts in Germany are you going to be? King Kazu. Kapos is there. Whereabouts are you in Germany? We've got goalkeepers. We could do with a goalkeeper. If we had nationality to Greek, first of all. Pardolos. do we? I tell you what. Where do we work out? When do all these players' contracts end? 30th of June. Right. Okay. So no one's contracts come up yet. Haven't really told anyone yet, so don't want to give away any spoilers. It'll be over the papers tomorrow. Oh, okay. Interesting. You know? Turns out potentially we're watching a mildly delayed version of the stream for God knows how long. Oh, okay. Don't worry, Rogie. You've not missed anything. You know. Alexander managing Tranmere, still currently second in League Two, heading towards the first transfer window. Hope the bosses sort us out some cash. Did I look up Saz? What, the player? Maybe yesterday, I think. I think we did it yesterday. Bazookas can possibly come in. Sketchy form, though, isn't it? He's not really played a lot. Apparently doesn't like big matches either. It was Pantelikos. Top division, so that was Mickey Van Sass. I quit. It wasn't, thankfully. It wasn't Mickey Van Sass. A friendly ghost is coming back in to ask about that. So, yeah, I'm sure at some point we will have the Van Sass train will be put forward again. So, continuing to find some more scouts. Alexander Paulo. He's got 12s for judging player potential and player ability. Rondo. Sazmaz. Rondo looks pretty handy. But Thierry Bafuma. Las Bangora. So, right. Players' contracts are going to expire. Who are we gonna agree on? So Socrates is in pending retirement, so we can set him for release. That's fine. Zarate doesn't want to enter negotiations. We'll see. Petralis, we would like to hold on to. Papa G, set for release. He wants to go. Costas Papa G, I mean, they're saying isn't good enough, but I think last year's performances, 30 games played, 3 goals, 8 assists. Papa G, come on. Do you want another year? No. It doesn't. Ian Sir Dixie, welcome in, buddy. So both Papa G's are out. Maximenko's going. Plegas might be going. Mavrias. 2 goals, 2 assists in 13 games. He's 27. He's reasonable, actually. But he's wanted. So maybe we just let him go. And it is to a club in Greece as well. So that's not too shabby. Even Rock and Roller, welcome in, buddy. How are we? I might have to pick your brains, actually, on these face packs and see what the situation is, if we can get something loaded in. I might have a sneaky look at it. If it can load constantly, and I don't have to do anything about it, we might have a look at it. Papadopoulos doesn't look that good, does he really? We're officially gonna have about 7 players in a minute. Yeah, we're gonna do it. He's not showing promise. Set for release. He's not showing promise. Set for release. Papadopoulos has got to go. He's got to go as well. Set for release. Maidanos, I think we can do better. Costas, the goalkeeper, set for release. Right. Done. Players released. Oh dear. Fitness coach, fitness of 8. Assistant manager. I mean, I suppose we keep him, don't we? And Georgios Kamakas, under 19s. Right, he can have a new deal just because. You know what? The staff can all have new deals. Right. Keep the staff. They deserve to be here for another year. Okay? Rightly or wrongly. Okay? When the next video dropped with Blythe? It dropped at 4 o'clock this afternoon. It's already out. It's out, Rocker. Great start. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, we hit the ground running on that one. Now Vikos, £11,000 signing on fee. He's good. Loving you, TJ YouTube videos this year. Oh mate, thank you, Pokes. Thank you. I'm getting there slowly. Like it's not natural for me, YouTube. YouTube is not natural. This feels more natural because this is just chatting. You know what I mean? Like, and I do that a lot. So, boo. So I can do all that. That's fine. YouTube feels difficult, like, because it's all staged, and even as a comic, I like the idea of being able to adapt to what's going on, but it's difficult to do that when there's no one else there. We've got Kamini, it'll be fine. Yeah, Gitos has brought his boots as well, so that's good. Yeah, fine is, of course, subjective. Absolutely. And trust the process. What process? You know, the process. First time chatting, need your help. Do you know, can I play FM smoothly on a MacBook Pro? Yeah, I guess so. It's, I wouldn't load all the leagues on, but you could. It'll sound like a jet engine because it's a MacBook Pro, but, you know, 512 SSD is a bit. No, that's all right. It's like a half a terabyte in it. Yeah, should be fine. Check on the specs. It says on the specs. But yeah, probably. So, in terms of squad, then. In terms of squad, we need a goalkeeper, right? Right back is going to be Apostolarkis with Giorgio just behind. Giorgio might be the centre half, possibly, because that's where we are at the minute. FM gods have struck me down on a good run now, and all starting. My central midfielder's just got injured in the space of 5 minutes. Twitch first, YouTube second, Entertainer third. No. Entertainer first, then Twitch, then YouTuber. Manager second, fourth. Can't believe it. A+ from the supporters after 5 games. Go on, Monoret. You've got this. You've absolutely got this. Am I buying a gaming laptop? If you can afford a gaming laptop, get a gaming laptop. Yeah. I don't know what your financial situation's like, so I certainly wouldn't say for definite. I've got Mark II Mac and it runs very well with most leagues. All right, there you go. Dan the Man. Dan the Man's got you covered. I think we are struggling. Struggling seems to be the understatement, really, for players that we've got positions-wise. Malakidis is probably the obvious one. Free agent now. Get in. Please tell me you're going to be cheaper than $3,000. Oh, God, no, you're not. Right, get rid of you. Okay. He can come off the shortlist for now, then. Because Abanda is the other option. To So let's take that off there as well, because we haven't got to play a lot down there. We haven't got a centre half locked in here, so that's fine as well. And Via's in there. And Via's all over the midfield, to be honest. Blythe getting a hammering off Curzon Ashton tonight. Calls on TJ in, could be heard from the travelling supporters. Excellent. And to be fair, having looked at the timing of that video that dropped today, that's not a good one, because we smashed Curzon Ashton in the video. Oh, spoiler alert, sorry. For the 5 people who care that haven't watched it. Yes, Mr. Maggio, how are we? Welcome in. It's my partner in football shirt crime. I haven't watched it. I've not told you the full story, Pokes. So, and I've not even told you context as to what happened there. Just, I gave you something, but, I'll let you work with it as to what's what, but I'm not telling you everything. Who knows what magic I can weave with my storytelling. But yes, here is, of course, as I say, the other half, my right-hand man of the football shirt social, Mr. Maggio, Tottenham Partners. Nina wanted to watch some of your stand-up. Oh dear. I don't think she does. I think after a while, after a few minutes, she'll be going, this is a really bad idea. And what'll happen is she'll end up saying things like, why is he saying those things? And does he really mean that? There was definitely some on YouTube. There was. It's very old though. It's pre-pandemic, which is sort of the last time I probably filmed anything really. And you'd say it for a bit. Also, 2015. Yeah, it would have been. Oh, hot water. Oh yeah, no, that's definitely a long time ago then. Long time ago. Yeah, that's just me hosting. That's just things that's things that happen on the evening. So who knows what happens? I watched Football Manager Ruin My Life on YouTube last night. Very funny. Thank you, Alexander. Thank you. You know what? It's nice when people find that show for the first time, because for me that's such an old thing, and it's like it's 10 years old. So for me, I'm like, yeah, it's been and gone. But for some reason, it just baffles me. It baffles me that people are finding it brand new now, which is great. It's so cool. Even Exploding Carrot, welcome in, pal. Nice to see you. I'm trying to work out if you're the compare. I was indeed, yes. That's usually where my skill set lies. And Stitch is about the letter. It's difficult when things like that are real, isn't it? It's just like, oh. How on earth have they done that? Ah, well. Right, so Petrozos definitely plays. He stays. Yaladis is gone. So we can get rid of him. Papa G has gone. Socrates has gone. Vikos has gone. I'm not saying that we have a weak squad, but what I'm about to show you right now is all the players that are eligible for next season. It's not looking great, is it? Dan the man in with the prime. Appreciate you, Dan. Very kind indeed. Very kind. Do, of course, remember, if you are on the primes or the subs, then make sure you link your prime. Make sure you link your Twitch to your Discord, and then you can get into the private Discord members area. Then you get to find out all the new secret chat. Alexander Coleman, good setup by the video. Good setup video by the second yellow card and how to get the best database for the save. Yeah, we've used that. Rugio sat and ran through it all, so he's set everything up for us here. So, of course, this is running pretty much the same way that Second Yellow Cards does. What Rugio hasn't done is sat me down and made me watch the video to understand how to undertake build a nation the best way. So I am winging it and doing it in a way that I think is going to be fun. So, do you know what I mean? It's going to be fine. Have fun, that's the best way. Exactly. Because if we don't do that, then it's not going to work, is it? So, I think we've just lost a head of youth development. Matt says Lawn Farm. I know, and I don't really think that, like, that doesn't really sit right with me. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't quite feel like that's the right way to do it. Matt is big on human trade. Which, to be fair, you wouldn't have thought that from him. You'd have thought he'd have been like, oh, you know what? No, everyone needs to be paid a fair wage, and, you know. But no, he's just like, yeah, fuck him. He seems lovely, but he's a monster. 100%. Is it even possible this year? Well, again, that's the thing. That's the thing we don't know, Si, because I presume, given how much restrictions there now are on loans, then I suppose really is I don't really know if it's possible. Any content made should always be for yourself first and then your audience. Yeah, exactly. I agree 100% on that, Rogie. I know some people would say that's not the right way to do it, but I subscribe to that theory 100%. Second Yellow Card removes a load of restrictions. Yeah, and he's built a stadium as well, apparently, for himself in a couple of years. So we're going to be doing it in a very different way, a more humane way, I think. Play the game however you want, of course. There's so many different ways to do it, but we're going to try and do it in a sort of realistic, quote unquote, way. Whether that's possible or not, I don't know. Who knows? Bastakos could be an option. But we need to wait for all this Sané keeper. What rating eccentricity is good? I mean, it depends, doesn't it? Like, because if he's eccentric and he's... I mean, do you want him running out all the time? If you do, then you want him to have good anticipation, good speed. The higher the better. I don't know if it's true, but goalies are nutters anyway. It says TV money is also a problem. I've heard about that, actually. Yeah, someone said that earlier on. Yesterday, I think, Si, that they're saying that the dynamic money doesn't quite work as expected. We found the one way of playing that's actually the wrong way without players. But is it the wrong way, though? We don't know yet. We haven't fully tried it. I mean, look at Kamini's progress is just like... tanking all the way. I think we figured... We figured that he was probably struggling. Plegas is doing well, so maybe we offer him another year. Because of the fact that he, you know, if he stays, then at least we've got some players in midfield. And Plegas and Mvia could be quite decent, actually. Let's move on from those. I'm conscious that we are sort of rattling through a little bit. Where can I get the skin that we've got, asks Hoopla. You can get it by clicking this link here. It's the Saz skin, so get yourself involved on that. It's a beauty, isn't it? Malice. A town called Malice. A centre-back called Malice. Might get him, might not get him. I'm going to try and push this through so that the transfer budget comes in. Sideris is a target. He might be actually. We're jumping reach of 13 to 18. Because what we're going to have to do is if we can't get those players that we want in, then straight into bringing players in on loan. Jean-Joel Pierre Dumba. Nearing promotion from second division Croatian League to the first division. Nice. And to think, Clue, you weren't massively keen on going there. You were like, oh, I don't really know. I don't really think I fancy going to Croatia. Now look at you. You're having a great time. If we can spin through until some teams get their players released. European rankings. The Greek Super League has moved up one place. Okay, so we've already moved up. Nothing to do with us, of course, but... You know, but Larisa have tumbled down the rankings. Oh, okay. New Champions League format doesn't really matter us. Doesn't really bother us. Gekas, we have to delay that as well. Right, all these players that we think we're bringing in are going to have to be delayed. Gekas is cancelled, right? So let's write these down. I have my pen somewhere. Because literally, oh, there it is. Right. Okay, so Gekas. I think we also got Malice as well. It's probably going to have to be delayed. We are moving up. Exactly, Zar. Exactly. We didn't even have to do anything. And didn't have to do anything, and then all of a sudden Greece are getting better. Plegas has signed a new deal. Okay, cool. So we've retained Plegas. Really, it was Petralis was the guy that we wanted, but we can always loan Plegas out. We've almost got to start in 11. Can we get Petralis in? Yes, he will. Right. So what we might do then is we might loan Plegas out. Pure presence in the country has already made everyone better. Well done. Yeah. That's the thing. Right, Malice we need in now, which we're not going to be able to do because obviously the signing on fees are all over the place. So Malice is going to have to wait. So we have to cancel that then. And go back again. So we've tried to get business done early, but it's not worked. So it's backfired slightly. Which is fair enough. So league rules are still the same. 8 foreign players, 5 non-EU players in the starting 11. 99 players. Okay. $195,000 for TV revenue, which not brilliant. Okay, we played Kavala first match. We finished the season AKB. League season is slightly different. Let's look at the finances first of all. So spending obviously needs to be dealt with. Ian Ropper, how are you, buddy? Welcome in. Nice to see you. Hope you're good. Right. I'm hoping that we can, with how snappy the game is a year, you could be in 50 years and save by the time it ends. Maybe. I mean, we've got a season done in a week, so that's pretty swift. You know what I mean? Ian Ropper, by the way, welcome in. Evening, Luffy. Nice to see you. Hope you're good. So this is the new league season then. So it's no longer 2 divisions. It's now 1 division, 1 automatic promotion, 1 playoffs. Is it easier or harder than last year? Don't know. Don't know. Expectation is to finish fourth. Okay. We've still got two teams, two of the players of the year, Ottoman and Zarate. Well, Zarate for now, of course. Quality of the teams must be better. It's difficult saying it because I think that the South Division was weaker than the top division, given how it was last season. So we had 45 points. We would have still finished second in the Super League South, but we'd have only been 3 points behind Yanokis, who won. Obviously, it's not, like for like, of course. Granted, they've lost Panathinaikos, Olympiakos B, but up here we've lost Macedonicus, we've lost Apollon Pontu, Kabaniakos, Kazani. So Levadicus basically crushed the league last year. We've obviously now got to try and make ourselves pretty deep. We've got to try and give it a go, I guess, really. Pantelokis, I think, came down from Division 1 last year, I believe. Yeah, relegated. Who else came down last season? Volos. Ironically, Pass Janina didn't actually get relegated, according to that. So, new rules then. Just a league. First and second promoted. So 2 teams go up. Okay, 2 teams go up. There you go. There's the little link there for the for the VPN and antivirus. Total AV it's called. So if you wanna jump on that, feel free to do so. 19 quid for the year. So right, 38 games, 20 teams in the league. A bit more traditional now. So if we can have a squad, that's going to be more. It's going to be more fun, I think. Even a Magic Striker, welcome in, buddy. Head-to-heads separate the teams. Goal difference, then goals scored. Obviously, there's our nations treated as EU, which is pretty much most nations, to be honest. I don't know. Part of me maybe thinks that one big league is better. Do we reckon? Is it better? Is it worse? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. What are we reckoning? There's more scope for things to go wrong. It's interesting that the media have got us to finish 5th, whereas, oh no, that's changed. Didn't it say avoid relegation? Top 3 finish. Okay. Right. Things just got a little bit trickier. Supporters have a big influence on the board, remember? Top 3 without any players. I think that's difficult. Petralis is now in, though. So, right. So we have a midfield. Avoid relegation was when you only had 3 players. Yeah, that probably sounds about right, doesn't it? Sneaky buggers. Changing the goalpost now that I've actually still have goalposts. So let's put Petralis back in. Is Zarate gonna do anything? He still needs the squad improving. We've got a week before Zarate's contract expires. Before he thinks the club is in a good enough state. Job centre, this is Leeds all over again. You know what? You're probably right. You're probably right. It's time to leave. We will very quickly have a look at the job centre, just in case, just for old time's sake. The Vietnam job's available, the Morocco job, the Gabon job. Other than that, nothing. Nothing. Anathasiu looks decent, but not really got much in the way of tackling. Demetrius Penakis, false 9. Olympiakos B team. A former Larisa player as well. Okay, could be worth a look on loan. Gabon is fun. Yeah, I saw how much fun you were having, Rujo. So much fun. I can't believe how much fun. They have a decent side. They will have. It's just the issue is that there's no actual like when are we gonna get the time to manage Gabon? We need the Greek jobs really. I don't know when that's gonna kick in. Do we know if that's possible or not? If we sign younger players, they might not want as much signing on fee. That's a good point, Nige. That's a good point. Obviously, the issue as well is that if we're trying to sign English players, then they will want big signing on money. Eggertson, look at that, 18 to 20 determination, work rate 5 till 9. That makes no sense. How can he have 18 determination with a work rate of 9? I mean, let's have a look at him, though, because where's he going to play? He can maybe play everywhere. Bart Ogbeche. Off the ball. 14 to 18. Oh, my word. Long shots, penalty taken, bravery. Evening, Franco. How are you, buddy? Welcome in. Not seen you around for a while. Hope I've seen you good. In with the 9 months as well, Franco. Love it. Love it. Very kind. Thank you for that. What support. Thank you. My best to get a team of cheap Greeks before we splash out on English rich boys. Yeah. It's a reasonable thought. Especially as well at the minute, there isn't much decent English talent kicking about, I don't think, on the for players who've been released, I'd imagine. He's a wing-back, is he? Orvar Eggertson, 25-year-old Icelander. No technical ability whatsoever, but that determination is what's got me looking. And I know I then need to think about the rest of it. Bart is 39. I didn't spot the fact he was 39. He's a wonder kid. Let's keep that still up for a little bit for the job centre. We're nudging across. I can see the transfer window is about to open. which means we might have a chance of getting some players in. But Stakos, look at 30 goals in 64 games last season. He's deemed as a practical signing. But Stakos, I'm going to cancel that as well for now, and just wait. Okay. Keep that going. Performance analysis. Look at that. Sakima's trials coming to an end. I mean, he's a very, very good goalkeeper. Nigerian. Command of area, aerial reach, handling, one-on-ones, positioning, bravery. Enjoys big matches, consistent. How much money does he want? Less than £1,000. Can we maybe get... You can be a stepping stone, mate. Yeah. We might have a goalkeeper actually. Maybe. Dewhurst. Right. So I think we've got a lot of players coming out at current count. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming in. And we're gonna come up short, I reckon. There's gonna be a lot of loans. So we can have 8 loans. Just written down 8 loans. Who's retired now? Socrates is retired. Okay, so he's gone. Papa G's retired. So it's a shame that there's 2 players gone there then. I'm now looking at that financial screen going, right, okay, hang on. If we've already accounted for all that money, then where the hell is it? Where's it going? Is it because of the fact that we thought there was we thought the players were leaving, didn't we? New vice captain. Let's give it to Costas because then he's going to leave as well. And then what can happen is we can then give it to Jan and Via when he comes in. Is your Greek owner related to the Leeds owner? We don't know, Franco. That's the thing. We think there's maybe a little bit of dodgy circumstances going on with regards to our finances, but not that we would suggest such a thing, of course, in Greece. Okay, so we've released 10. Okay? So the squad now looks like that. Okay? That is our current squad, including 2 players who are on trial. And I'm going to actually bring it... Right, he can go because he's 39, actually. Right? So he can go. Okay? Zarate's gone. Zarate has gone. He refused to sign a deal, though. That's the problem. He wanted to go better. Do you know what I mean? He wanted to go to the next level. Fine, I get that. He's gone as a free agent, so he's not actually gone anywhere yet. So he might still come back, right? But as you say, Monoret, we kept Ottoman and we kept Pedroso, and we re-signed Super Mario. So technically, we kept those three, okay? Which is better than nothing. The finance screen will already have account for everyone who said they were leaving or retiring. That's what I was worried about, Nige, yeah. Oh, no. There we go. It's pulled through. I thought it would change. So, we're now currently on, and this is how serious I'm writing this down now, right? Budget is 22,960. We've got 14,575 spent. But we're committed on 22,337. So that includes players that are coming in, right? Keep an eye. I've been finding players come back, so we have to withdraw them from talks sometimes. Ooh, interesting. So, with this small squad and the 3 players that are going to come in, 5 players are going to come in, that takes our spending to another 8 grand. Even Dan Reese, welcome in, buddy. Nice to see you. So 8 grand a week on these players here. So that definitely means loans now. And 3 more out. So Yaldis, Maximenko, and who else is on their way out? Oh, this guy, Petros. So, time to start looking at this properly now, right? Yeah? Current gaps. Interestingly, current gaps, captain and vice captain. Okay? Jan and Via, 13 for leadership. Can we get... Is Mvia the vice captain or is he the captain? It's got to be the captain, ain't he, surely. Unless someone massive comes in. Doesn't look like we're bringing another captain in. Bouzakis. Does he speak Greek? He was at Olympiakos. He played at Olympiakos for 95 games. He can't speak Greek, though. Not yet. So days to gain nationality, as well as 2,500. What's that? Is that 5 years? 5 years to be a Greek citizen. Not even basic after 2 years. He's Jan and Via. Didn't, like, everyone else can speak Jan and Via, though. That's the thing. So, right, it is player release day. Keep our eyes on next year's players. Keep our eyes on the staff. Keep our eyes on the development centre. See if there's anyone coming up. I mean, Nikos Vleras. Greece needs to learn how to speak in Via. Exactly. So let's move. I mean, there you go. There's an example. See, we've got a player here, Nikos Vleras. Maybe move him up. We might have to try some of the youngsters. We'll properly build a nation the right way, with our young players that we're going to bring through. Panasel FC, welcome in, buddy. Nice to see you. Appreciate the follow. Very kind. So, for example, if we now thought, right, okay, he's got a tackling of 9. Hoopla! Appreciate the follow as well. Welcome in. Even Vigos. Welcome here. Botagarai, tackling 15, marking 13, work rate, determination. Where they play Kiriayok. Welcome in. Hello. Hope you're well. Lulu Booster, recap of signings if possible. Yeah, we were about 3 seconds away from clicking onto the next screen where they should theoretically all drop in. So give me 2 seconds, and then we'll do that. So I'm just about to see if we can get a cheeky free loan here. I don't think we can, but we'll see. Geronimo. Yep, that's the guy. Geronimo. It's Yanenvia, and Yanenvia. That's pretty much it, to be honest. The headlines is Yanenvia. Everything else is secondary information that you can either take or leave if you want. So what we're bringing in Christodoulos Georgiou, who is a young Cypriot, 20 years old. He can play right back, he can play centre back, and he looks fine, to be honest. 14 for tackling, pretty good. Acceleration, pretty good. Teamwork, fine. Work rate, decent. Determination is a worry, though. He's got 2 for determination, but it's better than having nobody at right back. So if he was going to be bad, we bought a second right back, which is Apostolarkis, who is kind of a bit more traditional right back, I would say. Tackling 13, marking 13, teamwork 14, work rate 15, determination 15, acceleration 14. Essentially, he is going to be the mentor for Georgiou to get him playing a little bit better. So we'll bring him back in, 25-year-old Greek lad. Obviously, Yanenvia is the star signing, 34 years young. He's going to be hopefully bossing the midfield, comes deep to collect the ball, dives into tackles, is going to be a bit of concern. Switches the ball to the wide areas and runs rarely. It's fine, give him the captain's armband as well. He's going to give the ball to this guy, Yanis Bouzoukas, who is going to be a probably more attacking-minded player in our midfield. Hopefully he can drive on, he can be the creator, he can bring stuff through. Vision 13, passing 14, teamwork 13, technique 15, first touch 14, crossing corners, flair. I'm hoping for big things from him. Like, if we can get him and Mvia ticking, then maybe we've got something. But of course, the thing is, he may not like big matches, but we'll see, right? Out wide, we've got Christos Kountoritos, who is an inside forward. Form of last season, he was on fire for Heracles. Really, really good. He scored 10 goals in 30 games. 11 goals in 30 games. He had 10 assists as well. So I think that realistically, when we pull through into the next game day, when all this ticks in, up front, we're looking okay. We lost Zarate, unfortunately. He wouldn't sign a new contract. So he went, which is a bit of a shame. But I think we've retained Pedroso, we've retained Super Mario, we've retained Ottoman, and then we've added these 3 guys as well. Like, I think up top we look okay. The question, of course, is going to be at the back and in goal, and can we get a goalkeeper? You know, that's going to be the big thing. And at this point, we're probably now into loan territory, which is where, of course, we're going to be working out, right, who's cheap, who's, handy, what can we do? And that's where the fun's going to begin, right? How was Little Jameson's birthday at the weekend? Did he notice there were no dinosaur biscuits? He was unaware of the dinosaur biscuits. But we are eating, I'm currently eating part of his birthday cake at the minute because Mrs. J made an absolutely banger birthday cake. So, there we go. Is it still going up? Is it still 1 going up? We've got 2 going up, Monoret, but it's obviously from 1 league. We don't talk about wage budget, Little Buster. Okay, so players have come in then. This is what we've got, right? We released 10 and we've added 4. Seems about right. Yeah. I think they seem to be fairly happy with that as well. Happy to confirm the signing of a talent player. Slightly concerned with the number of players who can play right back now. What, as in a bad thing? Are the 2 that retired part of those 10? No, that might be 12 actually then in total. It might be. Let's have a look. So 3 there, and then would they go for released? Would that say? Yeah. So released players. Yeah, they are. Yeah. So Socrates retired, as did Papa G. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 released. 12 released. And it's starting to look like a good clear out, yeah. Yeah. 3 sales as well. So that's 15 gone. And we brought 2, 4, 5 in. Yeah, clue off the day. Don't worry. Pleasure to see you as always. We'll see you tomorrow, I'm guessing. If we're back in. Actually, a little heads up, might not be tomorrow. Depends upon what happens. I might have a gig. I'm on standby. So we'll let them know. I mean, I've told the lad who runs it, I was like, I mean, you do realise that, Wednesday's a streaming night, right? And he was like, well, I get that. I was like, and we're doing Build Nation Greece. And he's like, oh, yeah, you're doing that, aren't you? So, yeah, we'll see. It is a turnover, but it's fine. This is what the squad looks like now. And financially, so we're back flying a little bit close to the wind here. 2 grand ish available. Maybe not even that. Maybe just about, well, we might be about a grand because we obviously committed to spending a little bit more here. I think that might be either another player coming in, could be the goalkeeper, or it could be bonuses or what have you. So it's loans. It's loans from now on. But let's have a little nosy at what the squad looks like now. Jan and Via goes there. Bouzakis goes there, which means Petralis comes out, who was looking pretty handy last season. I think that he goes in there, so we might have to change roles because Kuntaritos was inside forward. Could play him as a winger on support though. So maybe do that. Defensive winger might work as well. We'll see. He's not quite the inside forward. Apostolarchus at wing back and then centre back. So we're still very much still 2 players short of an actual first team at this point. Yeah. Which, if we only have to loan in 2 players, I'll be happy. But I think we'll obviously have to get more in between now and then. We could change it to a 4-3-3 as well. We'll see. Maybe that might get the most out of Bazookas, but I think that's what we need to work out as well, is what is the best setup. Choose Larisa captain, right? And Via gets the captain's armband. And Ottoman looks like he's getting the second. What's Ottoman's personality looking like? Influential player. Balanced personality, that's pretty good. Plegas. Balanced as well. Kamini. Fairly determined. Petralis. Balanced. Tony, have you had the Michael Owen brand beer yet? No? No? Tell me about that. Have you got a starting 11? Not yet. Not yet. We haven't got a starting 11 just yet, but we're about to go into the loan market though. So we might be able to have an 11. Better taste bland. 100%. 100%. I'm going in for this guy. I know he's got no tackling ability, but he might be better than nothing. Makes you fall asleep. It lives on the street with all of his other family's beers. Boring with no fizz. It was great when it was 18, but not so good now. Kostas Chrysopoulos, jumping reach 13, acceleration 11. Good potential. £60 a week. That's not too much at all, is it? We've got guys on the B team. We can check out the loans. That's what we're going to do. And I was just looking at the actual loan market first of all, and then we go up. They go up into their B teams. The thing is, the B teams play in our league, so I don't know if their B teams are going to be good enough, or whether we go just straight to the top teams. As for example, AEKB here, like we're trying to sign their guys. Paris is now here. Can he play? He can play mid at the back, really, can't he? Position is not brilliant, but tackling's not too bad. 6 foot, 240. Let's have a nosy, shall we? There's also a couple of players here that we've looked at that have now moved on. So, and Gumas, for example, signed a new deal, so he's now unavailable, which is a bit of a shame. But what we need to start nabbing teams' goalkeepers. B team, Kilman Lilo. Nope. That's too young. Georgios Nikas. He looks alright, doesn't he? Where would you fit in? $2,000. I mean, I can't imagine we're going to get you, but we'll keep our eyes peeled for next season when you end up unattached. Bilal Mazar. Again, keep our eyes on you. Valarkis. Cactus. We're looking for centre-backs at the minute. Centre-backs and goalkeepers. There is a centre-back here, Sideras, that we've sort of had we've put them on the short list, but we don't know too much about them just yet. Duolingo. Duolingo. We tried it the other day, Rogie, and it's nowhere near as effective as you thought. So it's basically me trying to go through Duolingo on the phone, and apparently no one can hear it. So I get all excited. I'm like, hey, I'm learning Greek, and everyone else is going, that's great, we can't hear you. So, well, we can hear me, but they can't hear what it's supposed to sound like. So it's just me essentially going, listen to me talk Greek with no sort of like barometer to gauge. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Right, so Sedaris isn't going to come, of course, for the few pence we're trying to pay for him. Ivan Noshberg. Remember him? Remember him from Valorenga? And also when we signed him at odd. $8,000 to bring him in. That's exactly what I expected. As long as I haven't disappointed you, Rogie, in that sense. I mean, of course, disappoint you in many ways, but clubs in Greece release players. Right, let's have a little look. Evening, Michelino. Welcome in, pal. How are we? Pleasure to see you. Hope life's treating you well. How was the stream? Where are we up to? How's Yorkshire treating you? Is it Yorkshire? It is Yorkshire. Hello, JM Thoughts. Welcome, my man. Nice to see you. Hope life's treating you well also. Michelino is a god. There you go. See, well, you're in the land of the gods now. Greek gods. Greek gods and the FM show. So there you go. Have a quick little nosy up on there. New episode drops tomorrow. Myself, RDF Tactics, and producer Steve doing good things. Brandon Thomas has left PAOK Salonika. Let's get him on trial, shall we? Evening, Raiders, says Monoret. Absolutely. Pull up a chair, everyone. Come and get yourselves comfortable. This is going to be fun. Good evening. How is everything going? Greece is doing well. Greece is doing fine, to be honest. But the side's relegated from SL2. They must be keen to get a club. They might well be. We're going to try and work out where they are as well, Nige. Don't worry. Noridin Amrabat. That's a big name player, isn't it? I think he's probably going to be a little bit too much for us. Bernard. He's going to be a bit too expensive as well. Stefan Schwab. 33. Tyson. 36-year-old Brazilian. Juanca. Wanker. We have to sign a player called Wanker, don't we? Yeah. Let's bring Wanker in. He with the first touch as good as his. Yeah. Good penetration, all that sort of thing. I'm here to pretend to help Mike, but all he does is the day of his work. I found a new favourite football stadium. Where is the football stadium that you love? Tell us what it is. Actually, let's go to the clubs actually and see who's been released. Should we take a little bit of a nosy at Usman Kasimoko? Is approaching the end of his contract as well, is he? And he looks decent. From Real Bamako in Mali. Changing my YouTube channel to being one more exploring football stadiums. Oh, okay. That's good. I like that. That's a nice idea. How slow is Vida now? He looked pretty statuesque, didn't he? Actually, no, he didn't. He looks pretty swift. Acceleration 6 to 13. I mean, we're not going to get anywhere near that kind of money for him. We're not going to be able to get him in. Can I share a link? You can try. If you send it to Rugio, then Rugio will be able to do it. Or send it to me. I don't even know if he's going to want to do it, is he? Yeah, I mean, The correct answer, Jim, is no, you can't. We don't allow people to share links. But I should have really made an exception for yourself, shouldn't I? Or Rogi's in as well, of course. Where is it? Let's go to the international releasings then. Which, I know it sounds horrific, doesn't it? Sadly, they just moved grounds. Sedberg and Dent. Let us see, shall we? Church Bridge. Oh, it's... Look at that. That's like Gloucester Services. That's beautiful. I love it. I love the fact that it's surrounded by just proper brick walls, and then there's like a church in the background. Oh, where's this then, Jem? Can we go? Westmoreland League 2. Should we go? Should we go for a little day out and have a nosy about, shall we? That could be fun. That could be fun. Yeah. The check answer to Brentford. Evening, Jord. How are you, buddy? Start with Victoria Pilsen. Done my yearly modding now. Yeah. Well done, Rogie. You've kept your badge. You've kept your mod license for another year. Oh yeah, these far-flung West Yorkshire teams in the FM database. I'm adding them. Nice. I thought that said Ryan Babel for a second. It's definitely not, unless it's someone who's gone dressed as Ryan Babel for holidays. Ryan Brobble. Where's DJ Pedro? Not a huge drive from York. Let's go. Yeah, let's do it. Let me know. I'm not sure how you feel about spending 10% of your wage on one player. And which player was that, though, Jord? Was that Jan and Via? Because, I mean, it sort of had to be done, right? The fact that that does leave us very short for other departments is really short-sighted of me. But still, right? If he's the player that's going to start pulling strings and getting us up out of this division, then maybe it'll be worth it. If we can get a couple of years out of him, we're hoping for 2 years out of Envia. And to be fair, he's not costing a huge amount in the grand scheme of things. Where's Matthew Blake? Let's look for all our old original... He's not even in. Need 18 players. Yeah, we're going to have to bring the kids through. We're going to have to bring the kids in. We're going to have to try and get some loans. Loans is going to be tricky, I think. I think loans is going to be more tricky than we thought, because it seems to be very much like they need money. So that could be a bit of a concern. Yeah. Obviously, we're now looking at players in England and just having a bit of a nosy about and seeing who's been released. Not that we can afford to bring anybody in, I don't think. Ian and Katie, how are you? Welcome in. Big shout out there to Classic Katie, of course. A couple of 2-star utility players with good mentals. Could help. Could be all the difference. Jordan Ibe has retired. There you go. Ashley Young, released on a free. Staff now. Andy King, Bertrand Traore, Czech Tiote, Yannick Vestergaard, Aaron Cresswell. Again, also turned into staff. Jeff Hendrick, Paul Dummett, Nathan Shalabar. Nathan Shalabar's still a player. Andy King. I mean, he's midfield. We're actually stacked for midfielders. So Shalabar's probably not the right guy. Andy Vyman? Jake Livermore? Where's Andy King? He's gone past him, yeah? Andy King, 35 years old. Is he retiring? Retiring. Boo. Chris Maguire. Jay Rodriguez from Burnley. He's now a scout. Jamal Lascelles. I think he's going to want to go to better places, but we can always ask, right? Brandon Austin. It's a shame you can't do this by position. You know what I mean? Like, because it would absolutely help us. Tyrese John Jules. Again, I don't think we're going to get him in, but Howard Bellis. I'm surprised he's not gone somewhere. No, wanted by Leicester. Lucas Bergstrom, goalkeeper. We should probably just do this by teams, really, shouldn't we? Rather than that Grajic, goalkeeper from Arsenal. He's going to want loads of money, isn't he? Matt Phillips, Kristen Pearce, Gavin Hoyt, Harry Arter, Scott Hogan, Jacob Hazel, Dele Alli. I mean, we don't have the money for Dele Alli, but in a couple of years, he's still only 28, so if someone else picks him up, we might be able to get him next year. I don't really know what we're going to pick up from here. You can bring him on trial. I think he's going to turn us down, though. That's the thing. I think he'll think he's bigger than us as a club. Ben Woodburn. No, it's not. It's Ben. Excuse me, Ben Winterbottom. Teddy Sharman, low. Myrna Runnison. That's a goalkeeper, isn't it? I mean, to be fair, what we're doing is we're trying to bring in players who are going to be far too expensive. So we're out of the spotlight for him to recover. Yeah. If we offer him that, then that's going to be fine, isn't it? You know? Anthony Martial is available now. Mo Ali. Let's go. Hey, yeah. Greetings from Greece. Yes, Metalos. Welcome in. We're trying to do our best by you. We're trying to do it as well as we can. It's tricky out here, isn't it? But it's fun. It's a lot of fun. We've done season 1. Jamie Vardy. Oh, God, could you imagine Jamie Vardy out here? That would be horrific. Thankfully, he's staff. Willie Kwambala. Maybe on trial, possibly, as a centre back. I mean, look, I don't think we're going to be able to afford any of these players at all, but I've had fun asking about them because in the event that they do want to come, they're not going to class as players that we can't have. What we need to do, though, really, is look at the actual players we can get. So, who did AK release? Okay, let's have a look. Release players. Jibril Sidibe. Milad Mohammed. Vida, of course, we know about. Vida's now gone to be a member of staff, so I missed out there then. Genius doesn't look like a great goalkeeper. Mantalos was good, but Amrabat we're not going to get. Judah Garcia, And the transfer shuts one of my best players in the league because he wants to go to a bigger team. It's always the way. It's always the way. You know that's how this game works. It's like it's I'm not suggesting that it's pre-programmed like that, but you know that if the transfer window closes, someone else is coming in for one of your big players, right? It's just that's just how it feels like it always is. Because that's how football would be. Check Decore, Antonis, Idonis. Oh, get him in. He looks great. Which means he definitely won't be interested in us. Definitely seems to be the way odd. Yeah, well, and also as well, you've got the issue of the fact that you are in Norway. Your window shuts, and the league's still going on. Like, it's not like in Europe. Like, the European League keeps going, and like you're still playing. Like, you've still got your games to do. Amrabat would be great. He's 37, and we're still in the second division, so I don't think we're going to be able to afford Amrabat. I think that's very much. There's chancing our arm, and there's chancing our arm. So yeah, I think we'll skip past him on this one. We've brought Yaman Villa in, so he's our experience. Kuhn looks good as well, mind. Very experienced player, but I think he's again going to be off to bigger teams than us. Oh, look at that. Gabriel Marcajani. 750 quid. That would be an absolute steal if that's how much he wants. Because this guy, look at that. Oof. If we somehow end up sneaking that, then I'll be very happy. Yeah, get the trifles out. If that one happens, the trifles are on me. If we do that, so I'm aware that at this point now we're just literally going through previous released players from every team that's in the division above us, and theoretically we should do the teams that are in our league as well, just to have a little look to be like, I wonder if there's anyone that's kicking about that might fancy a game of football. Because that's literally how we have to sell it. Is Jean-Paul Butter still free? Still a free transfer now? I don't know. Tell me more about him. Tell me more about him. Where would I find him? Who's he play for? What position is he? In fact, actually, I'll just do it. Botchus. No, is it Willem Twee? Willem Twee. And again, I mean, that's... Well, 1.6 grand's not that much, actually, to be honest. So... We could maybe have gone in for him. Morgan Schneiderling is still on a free transfer. No, he's now a member of staff. And this is start of season 2. Yeah, that's right. Barbosa. That's the most Greek sounding name I could think of. Spinos looks like it might be fine. Vasilis Spinos. Heading, jumping, strength, determination, marking. Yes, please. To all of those. Yeah. Oh yeah. Lurk away. You're more than welcome. Strong man, get him in. Yeah. I've just sent him a picture of a barbell and just went, come to us, you can lift this. It'll be good. Me and you, we can do deadlifts all day. It'll be class. Samuel Longo is gone. Adagio. Tereseo. As you say, if we can get a couple of players in who are just who've got a bit of versatility about them, then I think that's going to help matters, isn't it? But what we also need to do is get players who are going to give us a little bit of value, that if we can then move them down the food chain again, or sell them back up the food chain. Vikos has left now. She's a free agent. I wonder, did we get a left back in? No, we didn't. How much do you want now that you're not got a club? 1.6. Interesting. Let's leave it for now, but that is interesting. Palacides looks like he could be half decent as a centre-back as well. Not quite as strong as Johnny Strongface, but, you know, he's got the metrics, hasn't he? Stamina, fitness, work rate, determination, that pie chart, that pizza chart, that says he's one of our players. Marusi Karamidas. Lamina left-back, Samarantis. Yeah, I think where we're struggling though is we're struggling the fact that we have no money. So that's going to be a concern for us. So we're hoping that whatever happens is we can get someone in for cheap. But I'm guessing everyone else is in the same boat. This guy here from Lamina, free transfer. "32 years old, bit of experience. I'll take that. Obviously, we can just run the risk of failing FFP, right? Like we could do that. That wouldn't be a major problem, would it? Might be an issue when it comes to doing a transfer window, of course, but yeah. But hey, who'd have thought Tony's only gone and done? Oh, Wanker's no longer available. He wants to be a coach now. Damn it. Nazos Dabizas. Is that Nikos Dabizas's son? Oh, that's far too obvious a thing to ask, isn't it? I'm guessing Dabizas is a fairly common surname. Oh, there you go. That's the sort of player we want. A guy like this who plays position, yes. That's what we need. Someone who's just decent enough all over the park. Just decent, you know, can just cover enough positions. You know what I mean? Like it's about him as well. He's not bad either. I mean, as I say, we don't have the money for all these players, but these are the players that we need to be looking at. It's 1LA, welcome in, appreciate you. And Lone Wolf as well, appreciate the follow. A steady 6.7 for €450 a week. I'll take that. I'll take a 6.7. You know, that's really what I need. I just need some players that are going to turn up, do just a good enough job, and then away they go again. Zikos. Not too bad. Topsatidis. I mean, I'll apologise as well to any Greek natives in the chat. My pronunciations will be terrible. I apologise for that. Every staff member, your coaches tell you should be transfer listed, but you know better. Yeah, I know better. We know better. As a collective, we all know better. Yeah. Our coaches, they're not even great. Teddy Sheringham, we'll let him off because, he's Teddy Sheringham, but the others don't know nout. Yeah. Right, if we can, there you go. So that's all of the top division done. Wanalay, how's the window going? I had to drop in from your stream yesterday. Yeah, no, appreciate you, Wanalay. It's going well. It's going well. I think we've released 15 players, we think, and we've brought in 3. So make of that what you will. We've got a lot of players to replace. We tried to sign a player called Wanker, who has now decided to go and be a coach. So never mind. Brandon Thomas rejected us, which is fair enough. He obviously thinks leaving Pauk was fine. Runeson doesn't want to come. Magnussen doesn't want to come. Spinos, the goalkeepers come, by the way, so that's interesting. Pasolidis, Samarantas has come in. Delegianidis. Deli Ali says no. Grajak says yes. John Jules says no. Lascelles says no. Shalabar says no. Vida says no. Kuhn says yes. You're smart to ask for more money, for more wages, and pray. Okay. Divine intervention. I like it. Okay, so Stephanios. Stephanios, we like. Okay. Ability to spot a pass, create chances, underlines the intelligence of his play. Good positioning, decision making, fairly intelligent. Has to do a lot of work with the heading department. Well, fine, yeah, we all have to do that, to be honest. So Stephanios, possible. Nassos Dabizas, we don't know too much about just yet. We'll find out. Skouris, we don't know much about just yet as a goalkeeper. Willie Camboala, he's the one that came from Man U, wasn't it? Antonis Idonis. I think we looked at him last year. Doesn't like big matches. But everything there suggests he does. This, JN Thoughts, is if you want to get yourself a VPN or an antivirus. There's a new campaign on the go at the minute where I've been signed up to do that. So you know me, I'd rather not do ads and stuff, but if someone's going to give you money to do an ad, then you give money to do an ad, right? So yeah, get yourself a VPN. I've got it. It's good, and it's antivirus that doesn't slow down while you work as well. So 19 quid for the year. So, but it's Greek League 2. Are there any big matches? Exactly. Funky, look into it. Jim, thoughts, my man. Gabriel Marcagiani. I think we get an Italian goalkeeper purely for the fact that he's there. Where's he previously been? Spal, Roma. Good Super League goalkeeper too. Ability to safely secure the ball with his hands in pressure situations. Enjoys big matches. How much does he want? Please tell me it's not too much. They're saying there, estimated wage, you can't see behind my head. Estimated wage, 575 quid to 750. I'm going to try and nudge that down to 850. See what he goes with. Can we go for 9? $1,100. Still think we need Johnny Madhead. I mean, Johnny Madhead would be incredible. Because he was a fucking liability, that boy. I can't even begin to work out what he'd be like in Greece. He would be so much fun. This kid looks fine. I say kid, he's 27. Deli Janidis covers every blade of grass. He could be someone. Gražic is exciting, but I don't think we go with Gražic. Kuhn, I think, is going to be too expensive. I think he might be too expensive. Matthias Thomas wants to stay and doesn't want to be transfer listed, so he's come off there. That's a shame. Board performance is fine. B minus from the fans as well. Question with Andreas Kuhn, can he get himself in? Well, maybe. I mean, that's up to him, isn't it, at the end of the day? There's your man, Samarantas, by the way. Samarantas. So, good work rate, good teamwork. Fit. Determination's pretty high. Anticipation, agility. So, he's got something in there, hasn't he? Leadership, 4 to 9. So let's have a think about that then. So, I want to get Dele Giannidis. We want him in there, don't we? Paleo Maca, sorry, in with the prime. Appreciate you. Very kind indeed. Evening, FM Kids. How are you, buddy? Hope you're good. Nice to see you. Hope life's treating you well. Do we want any of these other guys on here? Idonis would be good because we haven't got Malias. We didn't go back for Malias, did we? So we still need a centre back. You watched the Blythe video. Very kind. Thank you, mate. Glad you enjoyed it. It's been nice to do. If you haven't seen the Spartans video, of course, please drop yourselves into YouTube. Have a little nosy about. And then also have a look at the Football Shirt Social, by the way. How do I pronounce De Verdicts? I pronounce it wrong. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but I'm stuck with it. Paleo Maca signing in from Austria. Love your stuff, Tony. Appreciate you, Paleo Maca. Appreciate you too. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us. Make sure you link your Prime to Discord, and then you can join the Discord and you get into the subscribers area. If you're not in the Discord already, by the way, this is the link, and there is the FM show as well, which of course comes out tomorrow, which I need to write a script for tonight. But that's a me problem, not a you problem. You said in the video that you're pronouncing it wrong. Yeah, so the Green Army, which is the unofficial supporters club, sent me a message going, you're pronouncing it wrong, and I was just like, yeah, it's going to be my thing, so I'm just going to pronounce it wrong from now on. I'm sure they'll be fine. To be fair, they pulled me up for the mispronunciation of Howe as well, because obviously I'm from the other side of the water. So I say Howe, and they say Howe. So I have an A in it, and they have an O. People have died over less. So Malias. Is that how he pronounced it? Is that how he spelt it? Actually, is it under scouting? Shortlist. Filters. Here we go. Malice. Right, so if we compare him to Ioannidis, then we can try and work out. People being upset about mispronunciation. What world we live in. I know. And you know what? It's not even the player getting upset. It's the fans group on behalf of the player, which I love, by the way. I love that. So Malice is 27. Ioannidis is 23. Malice has better heading now, better tackling, but Ioannidis has better teamwork, better vision, better positioning. He's not quite as determined. He's slightly more brave and slightly more aggressive. Slightly better concentration. Not quite as fast. Malice is 2-footed. Idanis is definitely only 1. And he doesn't like big matches. But he's a very, very good player. Physical central defender. A ball-playing central defender. And we haven't got one of them. If we have a ball player, that could open us up differently, couldn't it? Put him there, make him ball player. Oh, actually, would you put the ball player inside? No, you wouldn't, would you? Only got acceleration of 10, though. Leading Super League player 2. Bravery means he goes into situations other players wouldn't. Fairly consistent. What's last season's? We can't see last season's data. Balanced personality. Greek German. How much is he wanting? 1,200. That's actually doable. I mean, it's not really because we're overspending, but like in a sense, it's doable. All I've got to do is release another couple of players and bring the kids in, and away we go. We sign 1 or 2 more players, and the rest of it is loans, and we hope for the best. You know, maybe we release Mavrias. If the board will let you give it to someone, can it really be considered your fault? Oh, yeah, exactly. Actually, yeah, good shout. So Nino's wanted. Greek German is also Papadopoulos from Dortmund. Oh, okay, there you go then. Can I offer you out then for loan and have your wages covered? And maybe the same here. Actually, you know what? I might cut Mavrias. And I actually feel like we should probably cut Plegas now as well. Now that we signed Petralis. My Darnus might be able to go. That's another 250 in the pocket. And then we just promote all the kids. Just do that. Promote the kids. It's the Larisa way. Surely. Put the kids in. Evening Caffeine, how are we, buddy? Welcome. Had to come in as soon as I saw the mass exodus tweet. What happened? So we didn't get promoted last season. We weren't expected to, by the way. I should address that. We weren't expected to. But we got as close as we could. And basically, when we tried to get to the end of the season, we're like, right, now it's time to renew contracts. A lot of our players went, nah, we're fine, thanks. I'm all right. Don't really want to renew contracts. But I don't even want to play football anymore. Was one of the answers. 2 of the answers. 3 of the answers. So that was a concern. So I'm now busy trying to work out who I can still buy and who I can't. And I reckon I can, well, I was going to say I reckon I can buy 3 players. I don't think I can, but I think I'm going to try. And I don't know if it's going to work. But we definitely need to be looking at bringing players in who are on loan. So what's the youth setup? We'll have a little look in the second. We've got some players in the youth setups. That's the main thing, right? You know, so we'll obviously be doing as much as we can with them. And as it's a builder nation, we want to start really sort of like ramping up that. At the minute, it's average, which is fine. But players that, you know, can come in. There's a player there, Nikas, who could potentially become as good as Petralis. We've got a player who's currently in the first team and is developing a little bit. Nino here, of course, he's first team as well. Miligas is slightly improving. They're not brilliant players, but we're in the second division of Greece, so we're not expecting them to be brilliant players. But it's also going to be a case of if someone needs to come in, then there's somebody there, and they're not costing us crazy money. And maybe that's what we have to do. It's just bodies at this point. We can have squads of 99 players. So I think if we can't buy first teamers and we can't loan first teamers, then we go from there, you know. So 500 quid here for to try to get Geronimo in on loan. That's probably going to be too much. Alexander Paros, 240. Anastasio's 240 as well. That's 250. Let's nudge this down a bit because we don't. I don't know if we can get anyone in on loan for free. I don't know if that's a possibility. Nikas is definitely not happening, so cancel that. When's he out of contract? A couple of years' time. Chrysopoulos is 60 quid. Even a Super Ted, welcome in, pal. Even someone like Christopoulos is 60 quid, but for now, is he worth that 60 quid? Like we're not going to so let's cancel that for now, because as stupid as it sounds, I'd rather spend the money on Idonis as an absolute first choicer. I know we don't necessarily have that money, but he's a warm body. Yeah. Nino there. Could improve, fairly consistent performer. Been around for a while. And I suppose this is the thing as well. Like, we're looking at these players that we've got here that aren't necessarily bad players, and they are just, you know, squad players really. Have we got the funds to have squad players? Do you know what I mean? Like, or do we throw everything at these sorts of players now in the hope that we can get promoted? You know, is that what we're doing? Are we throwing the money and going like, right, let's see what we can get? £240 for Paras. If you have youth players competent enough to step in for a few games, then use them. Yeah. Uptown Avondale, welcome in. All right, we have to adjust that to get the goalkeeper in. And I wonder whether or not I think because of the fact that we're paying signing on fees, I think that's what's maybe killing us. Because it's coming out of our wages, isn't it? Original budget was 23 grand. Like, we haven't paid for a player. Everything's free, but the signing on fees have obviously come out of the budget. Okay, so we now have a goalkeeper, which is good. So terminate that. Right. Terminate this. Although he might end up being fine as well, but so we'll shortlist him. But Pasalides, where's he come from? OFI. Where was the Panathinaikos striker? Panathinaikos defender, I should say, sorry. Sedaris. Do we know enough about, like, just on the basis of looking at this guy? £400. So 400 quid is probably better than £1,000 for Iodonis. That's my thinking. That's my thinking. As much as I'd like to get Iodonis in, I wonder if he's going to cost me too much. That's why I was suggesting younger Greek players. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Iodonis is only 23, but he's also a good player. So maybe that's the issue, isn't it? You know. So what we could do, Abbas Baji. What we could do then theoretically is 400 quid to get that guy on loan. We take out Iodonis and we maybe look who's the lad that could play everywhere? Delagiannis. Delagianidis. And see how much he wants, because then he can then cover both sides, 650 to 850. Right. Again, he's not the greatest player in the world, but if he comes in, £850. Yes, we spent a little bit more, but we've got two players there who can cover more of the pitch. That might be the thing, and then check loans. Yes, we'd like great players coming in right now, but we can't have everything straight away. You know, we're in a position where we've missed missed promotion. So scraping up a lucky bag of 19 to 20-year-olds that cost pennies and then sell them off. Yeah. I mean, realistically, what we need to do is we need to do the Brighton method. Hello, Rich. How are we, buddy? Welcome in. Welcome. It is Rich. It is Rich Owens music indeed. How are we, sir? Hope you're good. Big shout out, of course, for Rich Owens. If you haven't followed Rich Owens, why not? Get involved. Get involved. He's a man with a plan. Well, he's not got a plan really, but he's got a great idea for a save. What's the story for McGlory? It's a brilliant idea. Go and follow it. It's going to be superb. It's going to be a brilliant watch. So do make sure you do that. And of course, follow the FMT pod as well. If you haven't done so already, why the devil not? And you know what? As if by magic, Rich Owens then pays back and says, you know what, Jambo, have some money. There you go. 27 months for of support of TJ. So appreciate you, my man. Thank you so much indeed. My fans want counter-attacking football. How does one do that? Fluid counter-attack, okay, or direct counter-attack. I think it depends upon like where are you managing? Where are you managing? You've got to be able to sit back a bit, haven't you? Sit deep and take a bit of pressure and then release. It's a tricky one because, of course, if you get it wrong, then you concede loads of goals. If you get it right, then I've taken charge. FC Eindhoven. Oh, nice. I like the sound of that. So yeah, you want to sit with a slightly lower defensive line, and then you maybe want to have like a mid block, possibly, or even a low block, and then you want to get the ball out as quick as you possibly can. So you want to be looking to distribute the ball fairly swiftly, move the ball through the lines. But yeah, we're off to topple PSV. I love that. Love that. Make it happen. Sounds like a great plan. Charlie McNeil, 4-4-2, low block, direct passes, trap outside, ball with midfielders, speed merchants up top. There you go. That's all the good things. All the good stuff. But yeah, what's the plan then, Rich? Did you stream last night, by the way? I think you were on last night or were you on tonight? I can't remember. But how are we? Hope you're keeping well. At the minute, we're currently trying to work out how much money are you allowed to have before the board starts selling you players, you know? And I think that's probably going to be the order of where we go with this one. We're meant to finish in the top 3, which is great in a sense, but also terrifying now. But we have signed an Italian goalkeeper, so that's better than Carlos Camini, I'm thinking. I wonder if Carlos Camini will be interested in leaving at all. On loan, possibly? See, no one's interested in paying his wages, that's the problem, isn't it? So, I'll tell you what, where's the intermediaries? Let's get... There's no interest. Great. Right. Okay. So Kamini's going nowhere. I mean, look. It's not that I'm angry about him. It's just the fact that I think that. I mean, he's on a 2-year contract still, but he's not quite done what I needed him to do. I thought he'd be just about good enough to get us through last season, and he was fine, but unfortunately, he was also not fine occasionally. So, it's going to warm the bench. Mm-hmm. I mean, you never know. You never know. There might be a moment when he's called upon. Quag stands on a 2-year deal in Japan. He'll be day shy of 42 when it ends. I'm okay with that. I mean, we would have been as well. We tried to get Quags in, but he was having none of it, sadly. He decided to retire. So I was like, oh, fair enough then. That's that, is it? So there you go. Fraser246, appreciate the follow, buddy. Very nice indeed. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate the support. Soshima is a goalkeeper we were going to sign. So, of course, we decided against doing that to bring this guy in instead. So Markajani is coming instead. Panakas, they want 600 quid a week. That's a statement. Come play for TJ in Greece. Nah, that's the boots hung up. In it, I can't help but feel a little bit rejected there, Rich. You know? Great, and now we can't get Deligianidis in. That's a statement. Alexander, annoying when a player moans when I don't pick his mate for the team because his mate is knackered. I mean, that sounds like footballers talk, doesn't it? More demand and welcome in. Appreciate the follow. Very kind. Do we release some players? As stupid as this sounds, right? Do we let some players go? Because we are now of the situation where we're a couple of grand over wages and we don't need to, but I think it would be good to get this guy in who can cover a load of positions, therefore allowing us to sacrifice some players who maybe can't cover those positions. Do you think? Will the board let you release them? I mean, they're players who are pretty much like their own. What I mean is like Mavrias, who's out of contract, and Nino, who's out of contract. Oh no, Nino's not actually. Nino's got a contract until 2025. Yeah, Ninos, Maidanos as well. Field, welcome in. Nice to see you. And Cowshagger. There we go. Cowshagger, welcome in. Releasing players will still take the same money as you have to pay them off. No, their contracts have already expired. So essentially, if I release them now, I'm then no longer paying them on a week by week. Big Con Gamer, welcome in. Appreciate you. That's my thinking being, if I release Maidanos and I release Mavrias and we bring in Deligianidis, then that wage would cover those two positions as well. That's my thinking. Did you ever play Football Manager live back in the day? Not really, no. I must admit, no. Chuck the dead wood. Wow. You know what? If he's not interested in renewing, then let's get rid. Is that Charis Mavrias, who briefly played for Sunderland? No, Demetrius. So he's gone. He's gone. If it was Charis, then we'd keep him. But right, get rid of them too. See if that frees any wages up. If it doesn't, then my thinking has backfired horrifically. Okay. All right, let's unshortlist him. Let's ignore that staff meeting for now. See where we get to. They've both left. Follow up on Kambwala. Not yet, thank you. So we're still £2,000 short. But can we get this deal over the line? Or is it going to be a no? It might be a no, you know. Kev was moaning about his Champions League fixture on the net worth save on the podcast. I've not listened to the podcast yet, to be honest. I should have listened to it on Monday. You know, being part of their Patreon, but I've had a busy day, sadly. So I'll catch it tomorrow morning. Cowshagger, playing Football Manager all my life. This year and last year I've been playing a lot, managing Exeter after spin the wheel. Got into the Premier League, but relegated with 22 points. I've got no youth talent to progress my team. I was wondering what nations are best to scout for youngsters other than Brazil or Argentina. I would always say the obvious ones, really, or the best ones are Croatia. I like Serbia. Scandinavia is always fun. Loads of good Swedes, Danes, Norwegians. Portugal has some great players. Colombia, Uruguay. We have some absolutely banging players from Uruguay last season. So they're the ones that are much cheaper than Brazil and Argentina as well. You'll get better value for your money. That's what we do. Okay, so Idonis has actually gone to Calamita anyway, so we don't have to worry now about that deal, and that's actually helped our wages, I reckon, in terms of money that's guaranteed to be spent. Right, let's just terminate these trials then. So we're not going to sign any of them now. Yeah, so we can pull them out of the side. Pasolidis. He still looks decent though. Kuhn is very, very good, but he's not going to be part of our team because he's going to want too much money. Same with Charlie McNeil. A few years down the line we can get some English players in. Stefanios, I quite like those, so we'll keep him there for now. Struggling to rely on free agents and basic in-game scouting, which from what I've heard is not great in terms of progressing further in the long run. I wouldn't necessarily say that, to be honest. I think we do everything that we do is from the in-game scouting and from sitting and trawling through the database ourselves, to be honest. So there's definitely a lot that can be done there. So you just gotta get in and amongst it, you know. Right, backup players come in, which is Chris Apollos. So at least we've got an extra centre back in there. Depends on how accurate the game is. I look at Japan as well. They're a serious next level emergent nation. Also North African nations. Yeah. Signing the same nationality scout to the game nation works well. Get a Danish scout for Denmark. That's a good shout, Rich, actually. I don't know who's told Rich that, but that's a very, very good shout. Also, as well, remember that you don't just sign wonder kids. Don't just sign youngsters. You gotta get out there and find your decent players. You know. Right, Delijanidis is in. Okay, so we've got him. The instant assumption I'd not figured out on my own is very correct. I don't know who's taught you those words, Rich, but well done. Whoever's done it, well done. And Sideras can come in as well. Excellent. Right. Cool. We've spent a small fortune, I think. But I think we're now at about the level where we can field 11 players. Yeah! Whether these players are good or not is a different matter entirely. but I think we have 11 players now. Having watched our first friendly on Comprehensive, my players are very stupid and not very good at football. I mean, myself and Rich are sitting there going, yeah, and like, can we take part? Because these sound like good players for us. So Sideras is not quite as good as I hoped he would be. Stays back at all times, dives into tackles, and rarely runs with the ball. I was hoping he was going to be big and would just jump hard. Getting damn sick of goalkeeping. What's wrong now, would you? What's wrong with the goalkeepers now? Evening, Zetha. Welcome in, pal. Actually, you know what? Maybe we put him in, actually. They're either good or bad. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. You know, much like in real life, to be honest. Much like in real life. You know, the Greek Paul McGrath can't run, throws himself into it. Perfect. Yeah. You'll never beat. Oh, you have. Oh, okay. No. On you go. That's fine. You do you. Sideras looks okay, does the basics and passes the ball to a midfielder. It's not real life, it's a game of numbers and stats and dice rolls. Yeah. Well, and that's okay. So there's the thing then. What do you want it to be? Like it is just a game at the end of the day. It's not, it's not real. So it can't be perfect. What's the point of even looking at a goalkeeper? Might as well stick an outfield player and goal. Try it. See how you get on. I think there's a little bit more to it than that, though. I'm sure that you don't just put anybody in goal. But maybe I'm wrong. You either stop goals or you don't. Yeah, the thing with the goalkeeper is that it's cliche to say if they make a mistake, it's a goal because they're the last person. They're the last line of defence, aren't they? Any other position on the pitch, there's cover. But if the centre back slips, the defender's there to cover. If a goalkeeper slips, there's nobody there. So Sideras does look fine. If I compare him with Chrysopoulos, I think they're both kind of about the same, to be honest. Again, yeah, not much of a muchness. To be honest, Chrysopoulos a little bit more physical, a tiny bit more technical, but Sideras a better defender, to be honest. Height, roughly the same, 6'1", 6'2". Sideras is better at heading, but slightly better positioning as well from Sideras, slightly better decision making and determination. So maybe we actually start with him. Jumping reaches are the same. Work rate is a little bit better for Chrysopoulos. Tackling is the same, to be honest. Jumping reach, identical. So yeah, okay. Sideras has maybe just nudged himself in there. Leading Super League 2 player. They're both pretty equal, aren't they? So that's what it's going to look like then. Not really, you're wrong. These are real people. They're alive, little computer people who live inside our laptops. There is that. Sorry, Rich. Sorry, where are my manners? Mm-hmm. You're 100% right, actually. I'm being incredibly facetious. So it's 76 days until our next match. So somehow, we've managed to make a football team, or at least a starting 11. What do we think? Have we done a reasonable job to get a team together? Somehow we've got a team together. Obviously, we don't know how it plays. We've got that to wait for on either tomorrow's stream or Thursday stream, whenever it's going to be. Presumably, it's tomorrow, by the way. So let's work with the assumption it's tomorrow. Obviously, if it's not, we'll let you know. Ian Lobes, how are we, pal? Nice to see you. Where are we ranked now in terms of the league expectation? Oh. Okay. We've moved ourselves up in the expectations. Now it's getting interesting. Zarate still doesn't have a side. Mvia has gone into the Dream 11. Okay. It's the Mvia effect. Here we go, Larisa. Pressure's on now, isn't it? They've put us up amongst the teams that have come down. They're saying, right, there or thereabouts. Did Ioannakis promote to the Super League? Yes, they did. They went up to Division 2. There they are. Yeah, them and Lividiakos. Sandwich between two relegation teams speaks volumes. That's where I like to live, Rich. That's where I like to live, between the two relegated sides. But usually, anyone know what that RMP means? Yeah, relegated and promoted, like the moon. So those are the teams that came down from the Super League 1. These are the teams that came up from or whatever the Greek non-league is. So that's what the RMP means. I've been predicted to come top for the last 2 seasons. I do not like that. I don't really like the idea of being predicted second, to be honest. That's a lot of pressure for me. Wage budget is just about there now. Okay? It's a little bit over. But okay. Disappointed that we've sold Petros. Disappointed that we let Maximenko go. Disappointed that Elidas went. Disappointed with the sale of Mavrias. Disappointed with the sale of Costas. Papa G. Papa G left. He left us. We didn't want to leave. We didn't want him to go. Disappointed with the release of Zarate. Yeah, so are we. He still doesn't want us. Panios is on the way back. I remember them in Europe. The Zarate kid. That's what we called him, Rich. That's what we called him. And we've got Super Mario up front as well, who used to play for Hamilton Academicals. So Mario Ogkompoe. Super Mario, we called him. So we've got that. Do I have to also reset the data hub? No, apparently not. Apparently not. I mean, we say that, but I'm sure it will do, of course, by the time we come to manage a game. Keep that going for now. We'll get some backroom staff added in. The Zarate kid, ex-Hamilton players, Pete Jameson content. I know. Could you you couldn't write it, could you, Rich? But then again, if you were going to write it, that's exactly how you'd write it. Going, right, I'm off to Greece. Is there any chance we can get a Hamilton Academical striker playing up there? Because that'd be fucking brilliant. Sorry about the questions. How does one make a recruitment focus and for it to stay? Disappears after a couple of months saying it's complete, or is that how it works? Yeah, that's sort of how it works, to be honest, Cowshagger. So in your recruitment package, you'll see it here. It's this bit, isn't it? Recruitment focus. Create the focus. Obviously, if you've got lots going on, then like it's not going to be as honed in, and it's not going to be as accurate. But if you've only got one thing, like for example, we're looking at goalkeepers here, which we can obviously now take that off because hopefully we don't need a goalkeeper anymore. You'll then see it zips into completed. But as I say, if they set it to ongoing, that's what you want. But eventually, they might just turn around and go, you know what, there's no one there, or you've seen everyone, like, and you can just restart it, make it run again. Stoichos Stoliov is off to Olympiacos. Fair enough. Someone that we looked at a little while ago. I mean, there's a long time now to wait until the start of the season. And that will, of course, mean things like friendlies as well. Let me just check who does friendlies. Who arranges them? What I would say, Cowshagger, listen to the podcast, and then that'll give you some hints and tips as well, to be honest. Evening, Scoops. How are we, buddy? Welcome in. Nice to see you all. How is everyone? How's the save going? Hope you're having fun. Where are we is the question as well. As Tony said, if it's ongoing, carry on unless it's changed. FM24. All my saves so far have been short term. Underneath friendly matches, untick the box. Backroom staff arrange friendlies? No, that should be it, shouldn't it? Yeah, backroom staff arrange it. Yeah, it's there. Yeah. Maybe it'll just come up. We'll be back. Middle child has woken up. Don't worry, Scoops, man. Take it easy. We're gonna be here for a wee while longer, and then we'll be darting off as well before our kids inevitably wake up during the middle of the night, which is of course what they love to do as well. You try so hard to make a better squad. I hope to go up this year. Look, we're giving it a go, Black Dragon. We're giving it a go. I think the squad looks in a pretty decent shape now, to be honest. Given everything that's gone, look at this list here, right? So 3 players out plus, what's that? 12, wasn't it? So it's 15 out in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Sorry, 14, 17 players out. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in. Yeah. 3 of which are on loan. So 17 out, 9 in. Really. It's a reasonable. And 3 loans. Jordan Smith, appreciate the follow. Very kind. Thank you for that. And we've got players you can play all over the place. So Delajanidis can play in multiple positions. We've obviously got Pedroso, Ottoman can play multiple positions. Bazookas can play multiple positions. Better players. They're better players. You're right, Black Dragon. That's the thing. We've improved the quality of the team. And we brought some youngsters through as well. So we've got that Larisa vibe that we all want. And we've got Yaman Villa as well, who's going to be basically pushing everything on. He's the one. He's made this save happen. Yeah. We have a friendly. We have Aliocus. We have one friendly booked in. Maybe we'll book some more. Thing is, I don't want to start like chucking friendlies in case the game then decides to like be, oh hey, we've got loads more friendlies to think of. If you don't name an episode of this as Larisa Pace, then I'll be. Yeah, I like that. I like that. So are we gonna have to put our own friendlies in here, do you reckon? Let's go away from home. Go against nearby team first of all. See who can bring us a bit of money, shall we? It's cost him £5,000 to bring in 2,000. Like, stop the staff doing the friendlies and sort it yourself. This is what we're trying to do. So, I mean, none of this is working out well in terms of finance, is it? Or is it because we're away from home that we're not getting the money back? You know what? I'd rather play against teams that are similar and smaller. Game against Heracles. Let's just. Need home games to get the money. Right, 2-way games first of all, then, and then we'll do home games here. Right, there we go. I'll also set Larissa and Micra. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. So, okay, top half finish is expectation. We'll take top half finish. Safarios has gone to AKB. Fine. Understandable. Not the end of the world. We can deal with that. Right, I'm just going to try and click through to get to some element of a game at this point. But I think it might be a little bit too far down the line. When is it? 27th of August. Oh, I've got another month left. Oh, we're not skipping through a month tonight. We might end up getting lost. We might end up getting stuck. We might have things that we go, oh God, can't change this now. So, right, I think therefore, what we do is we'll go to August, and then we'll be like, right, that's pretty handy. We're sorted, yeah. But let's work out where we go now, shall we? Do you have a Discord I could join? Yeah, absolutely we do. Absolutely we do. Get yourself involved, Cowshagger. Get yourself involved. Now, Kamini is now able to speak fluent Greek, so that... Perfect. Actually, not yet. Delegate there. Well, that's what I should have done. Delegate that. Get it sorted. Will that help him fuck off elsewhere? Yeah, at least he can understand the questions that are being asked of him in the in that sort of like transfer meeting. Like, oh, you want to leave? Ah, yes, I know the word for yes now. Yeah, good. Let's make that happen. But you can never tell. Right. I think that's probably as far as we need to go tonight. Okay? So, let's say thank you, everyone. That's been fun. And we'll probably be back tomorrow. If not, we'll be back on Thursday. Keep your eyes on the Discord, though, for a shout as to whether or not it happens. I'm sure it will, but let's say I'm on the call just in case there is a gig. So take it easy, everyone. We will have fun tomorrow. I think we've maybe got a team. Right, we're going to go and hang out with Mitch. Go and give him some love. Take care, everybody. See you all the best. Bye now.